Hello and welcome back to the channel where we are building a video game from scratch using Love2d and Lua. Yesterday we actually did some artwork for our first entity and well, our first NPC that isn't a gecko, you know, or and I don't know if you've seen this, aka Bob, the loot stuff that we've got. It's like we can hold different frets and strum the strings as I mess up everything. So right now we've got notes looping in the background that is supposed to be like the bass notes. So I had this idea that we would loop those bass notes so that we can have more than just a melody, but we can have, like, you know, the bass notes and then you play the melody on top of the bass notes. So that's why it sounds muddy, is because we don't have that fully, you know, set out to be the correct notes or anything. So I'm still deciding if the notes we have now are going to be the notes moving forward, or if we want to switch up the notes. It's tough because the way we programmed it is, if you want to play multiple strings, you can only you kind of have to hit the same. Gosh, it's hard to explain, but like let's say we wanted to hit fret 2 on string 2 and fret 4 on string 4. We couldn't do that at the same time because the way the frets are working, once you hold a fret, it kind of selects it for all of the strings. So all that to say, if we change the notes, then all of a sudden the fret notes when we play together won't sound as good as they do now, because right now they're a specific set apart. So like playing the same frets on the strings right now sound pretty good. So if we switch this to like a pentatonic scale or something, I feel like those combinations of notes won't sit as stable. Like it's a little hard to explain, but maybe we'll try to export a pentatonic scale and see what it sounds like in there, because maybe, who knows, right? So we'll see about that. But yesterday we started working on our first NPC, and we got this little guy so far. He's just going to be a little villager. He's not the bad guy or anything, but he's just a little villager. So we're going to be, you know, we were looking at Link's Awakening art, and we were, you know, like, this is like the animation for him walking. And then I did have the one of him walking downwards, but I erased it because I overwrote it with this one. Anyways, we're going to hope to get a standing side and a squatting side, and then once we have those two, we'll flip them so that we have both walking left and walking right, and then we'll try to plop them into our game. Hopefully we can get that far. The pixel art is surprisingly tough, so we'll see. Actually, this is my old water. Gotta get my new water. You know, like, you know, you can like taste stale water. That was some stale water. All right, let's get going. So I think for the most part, we're going to keep the feet from Tashio. As well as, you know, this is the thing that kind of sells it, is that his head ducks one pixel down. Gosh, I just drank some dog hair in my old water. Okay, so let's start. First of all, let's give ourselves the red. And I'm not worried about ripping off the side step for this guy. They're the basic same shape and everything. We do have to get this guy's profile, though, so we have to kind of imagine what he looks like on his profile, which could be a little tricky with we'd have to give him a nose shape and all that. So let's try to build it out here. See, and this is the kind of nose shape that Tashio had. So maybe we give him like a bigger forehead or something, just to set him apart. It's so hard to make it not look so blocky. But that, he's got quite a big hair. Like we can make a decision, like maybe he has like a, well, I was gonna say maybe like a ponytail or something that like is a different shape here so that his hair can kind of look more than just round here, because if we give him a big bald head like this and then we draw his like widow's peak that he's got going on, we can kind of see what his hairline might look like. Oh god. Okay, let's try this. You know, give him like a little bit of an ear. I don't know if I like the 1 pixel on his nose there. I would probably add that. And then he does have like a little bit of gray streak here that we can probably add. Yeah, something about, I think he's got just too much skin over here. He's showing a bit much. That's looking better. It's just like, I mean, it does look like a side profile, but I'm kind of curious how Tashio's ear is looking, so that I don't know what we did for that. Should be called Player Atlas here. Oh, see, look, we give him like a side of a head, and then we give him like a little ear. That does look pretty good. Let's see, because yeah, that was my biggest criticism of this, is yeah, this looks just too empty, so maybe we do give him a side of a head, and then come in and give him an ear. Oh yeah, that does look much better. Yeah, that looks good. Maybe there's too much, he does have a little mouth here, and his eyes are higher than Tashio's. So his eye probably needs to come up, and we might need to give him the mouth. I don't know. The 1 pixel mouth just doesn't do it for me. Yeah, maybe we leave off the mouth. I think the 1 pixel mouth is just a little too weird. I do kind of like the shading we gave Tashio here. Maybe we'll do the same thing. Yeah. I don't know, maybe his face here looks like a little... He doesn't look so tough from the profile, right? He looks a little more tough. Oh my gosh, you know who he reminds me of? Let me see if I can find the sprite. I think he reminds me... I tried to type in Game Boy and I typed in Bad Boy. Yeah, let me see if I can find this. Man, I can't find the one I'm thinking of. But basically, Lance from Pokemon. That's who he kind of reminds me of. Man, that looks so cool. That looks awesome. Yeah, for sure. Mine too. Yeah, he looks too nice. He looks too nice on the profile, I think. Because we kind of gave him like these kind of angry-ish eyes that kind of make him look a little different than Tashio. But then, oh, maybe we give him the angry eyes over here too. Maybe we give him an L on the eye and see what that looks like. Oh, I kind of like that. Yeah, I kind of like that. Now that is his tall one, so he might... Like, when you think about it, you know, if you're standing up and then you face left, your eyes should be kind of in the same spot, right? So his eyes should probably be a bit higher. Wow, that just ruined everything, huh? Here. Okay, yeah, he does look a little bit meaner with a higher up eye like that. Because, yeah, his eye should, I think, keep the same level. And maybe that means his ear comes up too. Yeah. And then 2 pixel nose or 1 pixel nose. I think he needs a 1 pixel nose because he doesn't have, you know, he only has a 1 pixel nose here before his mouth starts, and we're not drawing his mouth in the profile. So a 2 pixel nose here would mean his mouth is like right here, which is just kind of weird. Let's see. I don't know. Looks a little weird. Yeah, no, I think that looks okay. I think that looks okay. Yeah. I like it. And then his step needs to basically be the same, except his head comes down. There we go. Wow. Okay, yeah. We can see what it looks like if we take him over here, like the animation. We can come in here and take him frame 1 and then frame 2. Okay, let's see. Yeah. Nice. Okay, I think there's just too many pixels on the feet there. Yeah, I don't think this pixel should be here or this one, right? Shit, maybe. Yeah, maybe he does keep that. How is Tashio set up? Yeah, he does. Tashio's got the extra foot of black on the profiles, so this guy will probably have the extra gap there. Okay. Yeah, I like that. We could change his hair a little bit, the highlights at least. So like maybe we scoot the hair down just a bit or something like. Shit. I don't know. I don't know. I think it's too distracting. Well, let's see. Yeah. I feel like we should keep his hair highlight the same. Okay, yeah. Now, he doesn't have bare foot. He's not barefoot like Tashio is, so we'll need to fix that. I think he's just got his red feet here. Oh, shoot. And you know what? He's barefoot on the facing backwards, so we'll fix that. We'll just make sure his feet are covered up. Okay. Let's see. Maybe he should have darker shoes, because it just... The red... Yeah. I feel like he might need, like, dark brown shoes or something to give it a little bit more contrast or something. I kind of like the color scheme, though. Like, if this guy just remains red based, we just give him a darker red shoe. Okay, I like that. Okay, sweet. What up, K-Tron? How's it going, dude? I think it's looking pretty good. I think I want... I don't know. I kind of want... It's hard to say without seeing him in motion, so maybe we try to export him and see what he looks like walking around. And then we can see if we need any tweaks, because we don't want to get too far... Or I guess we're already too far into designing him. Because if we want to change one thing, we got to change every direction, you know, every part of him, every frame. So what I'm going to do is just copy the walking left and make him walking right. Okay. Sweet. Looking pretty good. Now his head, I'm noticing, you know, the bottom of his chin stops here, and his bottom of his chin is one higher right here. So we have to either, yeah, I think we have to scoot up his chin just by one frame. Let's see. Gosh, it's amazing how much that throws it off, because now we can't give a 1 pixel buffer in between the shirt. Let's just see how this looks like walking around, and let's see, because he does look like he has a rounder face here, because it's a little taller, because right here it's cut off. So we can either give him more chin down here, Well, maybe we'll see what he looks like walking around, and then we'll see if we like him. So let's go ahead and we will save this as a PNG. And we'll call it Villager 1 Atlas. We should maybe have a name for him or something, but Villager 1. So we exported it as a PNG. Now the easiest way for me to just see what it looks like is to go in our dependencies here, and when we go to assign our player, we first of all we have a player sprite sheet that we're pulling in as player Atlas. So what I'm going to do is yank that same line, and instead of player Atlas, we're going to put Villager 1 Atlas. So that we effectively just turn Tashio into the villager. But we didn't do it right. So player sprite sheet, graphics, Villager 1 Atlas. That should be it. Villager 1 Atlas. Like, we shouldn't be seeing Tashio because we just turned it off. Let's see. Graphics. Villager 1 Atlas. Yeah. Villager 1 Atlas should be our guy. Wow, are we not using our player sprite sheet then? We really aren't using our player sprite sheet. Okay. So how are we rendering our player character here? We look in our player idle state and walk state and whatnot. It's probably in our entity defs actually. So we have a player. They get a texture. Okay. So they're assigned by the texture of character walk or character idle. So let's see in our dependencies if our character walk or character idle is set to the character walk. How is this working? Oh, right here. Character walk is using the player Atlas. Okay, so we really weren't using our player sprite sheet drawable. So let's add in here, and before I forget, let's just copy this to remind us that we changed this. Well, I mean, it'll be apparent, right? We changed the villager, so Villager 1 Atlas. Let's see. Okay, graphics. Oh, Villager 1 Atlas. Yeah. Look at that. So this is the easiest way I know of to preview them, right? Is just to use our same logic just with this guy. So we don't have the stepping. Well, no, kind of. See, this is that bug. It's like on the side profile, his head should be bobbing up and down, which it is now, but it just wasn't. It was keeping his head level and bobbing his feet up and down, which is not correct. See, like this. If I tap it, his feet shouldn't go up and down like that. Only his head should, but yeah, I think that the head thing is throwing me off a bit because like his head's tall here and then it's short here. Doesn't look awful, but this is sweet. Wow, it's so weird to see a different character in there. That's so cool. And then now we got the Jimmy cam to compare the Jimmys. Yeah, I don't like the height of his head on the profile. I guess we get, yeah, and then his footsteps, walking up I have no notes for. Walking up looks perfect. Walking down, his hands just look like he's just doing that because that's all we animated it to. So maybe they come inwards like he's kind of, because yeah, I know our Tashio's kind of like walking in like that. I don't like that there's no black pixel outline on the outside of his like pauldron there. He doesn't have a black pixel on the bottom of his foot, which looks wrong. I feel like he should. So yeah, we'll have to figure out how to make his head 1 pixel shorter on the profile and fix his walking down one. You know, or we keep his head height in the profile, because that does look pretty good. But we might need to... Gosh, that looks so jacked up. Yeah, I do want to fix the shoulders and the feet. The head, shoulders, knees, and toes is what I want to fix. Let's go. If this... I don't know if we should be saving iterations of them. I guess we can save this whole A-sprite file in our documents just in case as Villager Atlas VO1. Just in case we screw some stuff up. Yeah, I don't like his hands are just going like this, and it doesn't look, it's not convincing walking, right? So let's see. I'm going to take these 2 frames into a walking down animation so that we can tweak it and animate it as we go. Yeah, that's not cutting it. It doesn't look like he's doing the salsa like he did yesterday, so. Okay, so the thing is, I want his feet to have 1 black pixel, so he's got like a foot on the bottom here. And then I don't like the non-black here. So let's see if we can get... I'm going to see if on this frame, if making him have a 1 taller head... Oh, give him a pimple. If he had like a one more tall of a head, if it looks too weird. Because I do like how the profile works. If we don't have to change the profile... I don't know, it's too much of a chin. Maybe if he's got a smaller chin. That does look better. It's not centered though. That's the hard thing with the pixel art too, is like there's no center. There's no 1 center spot of a 16 by 16. So everything's got to be offset just a little bit. Okay. That's looking okay for the first frame. Now if we can just get... If we can get his hands to kind of look like they're coming behind him and forward, like he's kind of using his hands to walk like that. So if the hand down is the hand in front, then we can kind of make this one the hand in the back, and we can cut it off like a little bit like that so it looks like it's behind him. And then the other frame is gonna be the one with it in front of him. So let's see if we can copy this as a starting point. And then we'll just swap the hands. So this will be the front hand now. And then this will be the back hand. Okay, I think that's looking more like walking, right? There is a... We want to give one more line of shirt on this side. I think. Let's see. That looks so fast here. Slow it down. Okay. That looks much better, I think. And then if we switch his feet, you know, I like that the front hand on the right here doesn't have a full black enclosure, so I'm going to mimic that on this one. Just like this. Yeah. Looks a little weird. Man, what is it that I'm not liking here about this? I think it's his chin. His chin here doesn't have a black pixel on the corner, but on this side it does. So I think that might be throwing me off. Okay, yeah. Okay, yeah, let's try that. Let's take out this chin corner and then take out the red corners as well, the pink corners here. Okay, nice. That's looking better. And then we need his feet. His feet doing something similar, right? So if his... I feel like his shorter foot or his... Your front hand alternates with your foot, right? So it's like if your arm is in front, your other foot is in front. So this other foot should be bigger on this frame, and then on this frame, this foot should be bigger to give the illusion of those feet. Oh shit, did I just do the same thing? Okay, this one's smaller, this one bigger. Yeah. I mean, he almost looks like he's doing the... I don't know. We'll have to see how it looks walking, because that probably doesn't look too good. It looks like he's just doing a little dance. Let's see how I did it for the other guy. For Tashio, we have... Oh, see? And we have it like... just like one foot showing, and it's the alternate foot. So let's try to do something like that, and then even for the upwards we do something similar. Let's see if... So let's try to... Man, if we black that out, is that too dramatic? Actually, yeah, that kind of gets the point across. Okay, I think we need to X this corner. That does definitely look a lot more like walking. That's pretty good. Okay, I like that a lot better. Okay. And then now that he's got a bigger chin, his profile should match that same height. So let's give him some of this shading on the front, like how Tashio's got some. So we'll give him some shading here. He looks more and more like Dracula, like the more I think about it, but it's just supposed to be a dude. That looks much better. Okay, let's put him in the model and we'll see. So this will be VO2. And we'll just plop him in. Where is it? Here. Okay, let's get rid of that. Okay, so yeah, look at the difference there between the old one and the new one. We give him that taller head, and then the arm goes behind, and then the foot is a little more accentuated, and we give him a bottom foot here. So we do miss out on a whole part of color here on his shirt, but he needs that pixel down there. Yeah, and then this, I don't know if we might get rid of that altogether. This would just be black if we got rid of that, so maybe it's okay. I didn't have any notes for it walking up, so we'll check to see if it bugs me now that I know what to look for. But we need frame 2 here. Okay. And then he's got the shading there. Okay, yep. That should look better now. So let's save this as a VO2. And then we will save as a PNG in our Tashio graphics. And it will be a PNG Villager 1 Atlas. I'm liking this guy. And he's supposed to be a little grumpy, right? Like, I didn't want him looking as cute as Tashio did. We can name this guy K-Tron. Be the K-Tron character. Okay, let's see. He looks like he's got, I don't know, the taller head now just makes it look like he's got like a cleft chin, which isn't bad. It's just that it does look a lot better than the other one. So we'll give it that. And then if he falls, it would trigger back into Tashio. Yeah, but you know, he's not going to be falling. He's going to be a guy like either in one of these cabins or just chilling out here in the overworld. I don't know yet. Okay, let's see the walking up. Yeah, you know, the foot stuff does kind of bug me now that I'm looking at it. Let's just take that back foot out or front foot out on the facing up. But then it's just all black. It's probably just way too much, right? I mean, it doesn't look... Yeah, it's too black. What does Tashio's look like? Oh, his robe kind of comes down to fill in some of that black. That makes sense. So maybe we can do that. Because yeah, his robe should go down to at least that far. But then maybe he's got... Oh... Yeah. That looks just weird. That looks weird. What up, Salto? What up, dude? Doing some pixel art today. It is, as always, just super challenging. Oh, dude, you're back up? I didn't even realize it. Can you not even comment if you're banned? That's awesome, dude. Hey, congrats. I mean, it's their fault they couldn't handle the blasting, but I'm really glad you're back, dude. I want to give Salto a shout out here real quick. Dang, couldn't even log in. Dang, dude, that's rough. Did I do that wrong? I gotta do an @ I'm so glad you're back, dude. Salto did the art for the channel back here. If you see the wonderful Sekiro art. Let's show it off. So yeah, there it is. I'm so glad you're back, dude. That's really cool. Of course, dude. I was gonna say, I forgot what I was gonna say to you, but maybe it'll come back to me. Oh, I think I was gonna say, what did they say about it? Like, you appealed it, and then they said, like, you're right, we are uncool. Like, we couldn't handle it. I don't know if you've seen the loot stuff going on, Salto, but we've got, like, frets and then, like, Guitar Hero going on here for the loots. Oh, dang. Okay, dang, that sucks. They're like, we weren't wrong, but you're cool, I guess. That sucks, dude. If they think that was sexually explicit, that's on them, you know? That speaks more about them than it does on you. You should make it your profile pic, dude. Yeah, if they thought that was sexually explicit, dude, they need to get their minds out of the gutter. But we've got this, like, Guitar Hero going on, so if you hit the right frets and the right timing, you'll get the green notes. But if you mess it up, you'll hit red. Oh god. Well, it's, you know, it's still a work in progress, but it's supposed to turn red if you hit the wrong note. Let's see. Yeah. Okay, so what's not happening is if I hit a different string it's on, it doesn't know it's a wrong note, but if I hit the string I'm supposed to hit and the wrong fret, it'll register wrong. So we'll have to do that. But yeah, this is our first character that's not our main character. He's just a villager that looks kind of angry. So he'll just be like scowling in the pub somewhere. And then there's just snow everywhere, I guess, right now. But yeah. I think I like it. Let's see if the walking up is bugging me. Yeah, it's looking just too... It looks like his cheeks. Looks like his cheeks are alternating there. He's got those thick cheeks. As a fellow thick boy, I can relate. Yeah, exactly. At least he's not blasting it. You get banned for that, you know. Dude, I was so bummed when you were banned. Like, I was like, oh, cool, Salto's up. And then by the time I clicked on it, it said error, and I was like, uh-oh. Okay, I think that's okay. Does that mean you have, like, a strike on your channel? I don't know how that works on Twitch. This is looking pretty good. I really like this guy. I mean, he's not like anything crazy special, but he's believable. I think the nose and the eyes are pretty believable when he turns. Yeah. Hopefully you don't... Hopefully... I think I read somewhere, maybe it was YouTube though, that like after 6 months of no strikes, like your strike will get kind of like lifted off. So it's like, it's supposed to only be like if you're a recurring offender, I think, instead of like like you appealed it and got it clear. So I think in 6 months time or something it'll clear, but I don't know if that was YouTube or if that's Twitch or if I'm just making that up. Okay, I think I like this. So the thing is, we now need to pull him into our game outside of our character. So he needs to exist. Right now we're just rendering our character as if he's the same sprite sheet, but what we need to do is place him as an entity in the scene, and that entity will get updated over time, and it'll render the proper thing, and then we can give him logic, ideally, like we're giving our geckos logic here, where we say wait a certain amount of time and then activate and then track the player so that they kind of follow him. We would need to give this guy some logic to be like, hey, just chill around the bar and then walk around, I don't know, wherever we end up placing him. But we could just, for now, place him like right here or something and just have him walk around this hole or something, for example. Like if we can get some kind of logic for him to exist in his own world, whether it be, pick a random direction, walk a step, wait, pick a random direction, walk, wait, pick a random direction, walk, wait, something like that. Or just like he walks in a square. Every 2 seconds he'll walk, and it's just in a square like this. So we do have an entity class for stuff like that, but we do, and this is where our code is getting messy, because our code is, let's take a look at our entity code and I can just show you what I'm talking about. So our entity class here has a process AI that we've given it, and then the process AI is part of the state machine, it looks like. Like, I'm trying to understand how I did this again. Like, the state machine has a process AI. So if we look at the entity idle state, for example, we can see what the process AI does for the entity walk. So we have an entity walk state process AI that takes in a player, and see, and this is where it gets all jacked up, because right here we're doing we do have an idle. Like, see, an idle could mean don't change his direction at all, or it could mean every once in a while change his direction but don't make him walk anywhere, or it could be walk in a little square, and then if the player is in a certain vicinity, he'll like get his attention caught and then walk over to you. Like, I'm thinking in Pokemon, right, where you're like, when you get spotted by someone, when you're in someone's line of sight, they'll like spot you and walk over to you. So like the idle could be them just standing there, or walking in a, because even in Pokemon they would like walk in like a square, and if they spot you on any of their lines of sight, then they'd make a beeline for you. But ours is so messy right here because our player is an entity instantiation and our geckos are an entity instantiation. And what we're doing here, we're saying, oh, well, if we're a type gecko, then change the gecko's direction. But if we play that out and we say, okay, well, we might have a crow, we might have a bat, we might have a lava monster, then this becomes all bloated, and it's just asking like, okay, well, if it's a gecko type, oh, if it's a lava type, oh, if it's a crow type, when we should be able to pass in, I don't know how it works. I've never built anything this complex before. So we're going to have to think about how to scale this entity system, because right now I don't like that it's doing this, where it's saying like, oh, if we're an entity type gecko, here's the process AI for the gecko. I guess we could have a couple different process AI functions for the different entity types, and we can call it process gecko AI. Hey, Quellis. Hey, thank you for the raid. How did your stream go? I've got to do a shout out here. What's up? What's up? Thanks for the raid, everybody. Thanks for the follows. We're making a top-down adventure game in the style of Link's Awakening. Right now, we just finished making this second entity guy here, so this is like our first non-player entity, and he's just a dude. But he's a dude as if he's our player. Like, we're not supposed to be able to control him. I just redid the player's sprite with this guy. So I'll pull up the original sprite so you can see what that guy looks like, because he's our main character. It's this right here. Our player atlas, not our villager atlas, and then this is our guy. So this is the main character here, and we've got gecko entities. So you've got spell casting that you can cast your fire spell and cleanse the geckos of their corruption. The geckos are based on my gecko Jimmy up here on the Jimmy cam, and then there's also pits like in Link's Awakening where you fall into the pit. And then we have technically 100 screens to walk on right now, but they're placeholder test stuff. Like, we're testing getting the water animation, we're testing the particle systems, and then we've got the idea is we set up a couple different biomes. So there's the snow for the Arctic mountain biome. Gosh, it's just too big of a game to walk around to show the biomes, but they're just like placeholder pixels for now, placeholder tiles. But yeah, we're working on it. The game is about magic and spell casting, as well as there's a musical element to it. So there's a little Guitar Hero mini game we're building where you hit the right frets and then you strum the correct strum notes so that you can play a little song. As I mess up everything, but so that's the big idea, right? So it's supposed to be just a little adventure game with magic. I don't think there's going to be any. Thank you, Diarrhea. I appreciate that. There's not going to be any swords. I don't think it's going to be mainly spells and spell casting, and the theme of the game is to try to kind of balance the ecosystem once again. So you're not running around killing all the things. You're actually running around cleansing them of their corruption and achieving more balance. So there's going to be if we look at the particle systems we've got, I think we've got this snow system we're rendering, but we also have a sand system. And the sand system will trigger if you go too far into the desert before you've activated the biome, right? So like the game is a little bit linear, so it kind of like Link's Awakening, where you have to clear the dungeons in order to unlock the next piece to make more progress. So there's like a if you walk before you've activated the sand biome, it'll be violent like this, but then as you calm the universe, as you what's the word for it? Just balance the ecosystem by cleansing the world, the weather system will get nicer and nicer for you. So it'll be too much of a windstorm for you to go explore the desert until you've balanced the system a bit more, and then you can come in and explore it. So that's the big spiel there. But thanks for the raid, homies. I appreciate it. Hope you guys had a good stream. But yeah, we've got to fix that. But we've got to figure out how to update our entity system so that it takes in other sprites with other logic instead of just the gecko logic that we've got here. So I'll turn off our sand system. Okay, so yeah, I used to have a more art built out down here and then I erased it, but we do need to fix that. Okay, let me just fix that real quick. Okay, so the idea here is we have a top level tile that renders on top of the character. So we need to give a top level tile right here of this tile, I believe. Is that right? Yeah. So now that top level tile should be... Oh, it actually needs to be this one. Because this one is a collidable tile. This one is a non-collidable tile. So we need this one specifically right there. Okay. And then... Oh, God. And then if we go to our ground... How do I do this? We have it so that if we draw the first pixel of our animatables, that it'll go ahead and insert the whole animatable over time. So we can add in flowers that animate automatically. And then if we go to our above ground layer, we can add in a little fence. And the fence is non-collidable, so we should not be able to walk over that. Then if we give the corresponding ones on the side there so we can't accidentally walk into a collidable object, then we can see if this works. So all we have to do is do a export as global map. And then if we did that right, we'll be able to see our animatables as well as our collidables as well as our fixed doorway there. Let's see. So look, the animatable flowers are animating. We can't walk through the posts. And then let's see if this one works. Yeah. Okay, so we can walk in there. We don't trigger anything just yet, but we will get to that. Okay. Oh shit. Okay, sweet. So yeah, we will need to figure out how to place this NPC. If we look at our entity class, let's just look at it from the top and see what we've got in here. So we've got just some basic stuff like an X and Y, a direction in animations table, a health, a corruption status. See, there's like... Maybe we need to make a NPC entity class because our NPC doesn't need health and original health and corrupted status and damage flash and off-screen types and all this stuff. We have an entity reset original position to go back to what we define it as, and then we've got to create animations that just takes our animation class of whatever texture, whatever frames, and whatever speed we want to animate at. We've got some collision. Yeah, see? There's some bigger, like this is the biggest project I've made, so I'm trying to analyze it as we go through and try to hopefully refactor it as we need, because I'm starting to see now just how unwieldy it's becoming, because we've got all of these entity collides with a target, but if we make a... Yeah, this is weird. And we need like specific collides with a map object because it's different than traditional AABB, because we're trying to do like a kind of like a perspective. It's like if it was true AABB, oh gosh, I drew an accidental non-collidable object there. We'll need to fix that. See how his head is like above, you know, his head is intersecting with this, so it's not true AABB. So that's why we have a collides with map object and collides with other entity stuff. But I guess it should probably follow the same rule now that I'm thinking about it. Oh, it does. It does. Like, they can come a little bit into the top of us before we actually get hit. Yeah. Okay. But yeah, I'm going to have to, you know, we'll be doing some refactoring there soon. I'm just going to make sure we get the correct layers here. That looks okay. That looks okay. So we just need this one to be collidable. What's going on? Okay. Okay, hopefully we fixed that walking in through here. Yeah. Okay. Okay, so let's see what we might have to do if we want to place in our new NPC. So we would make an entity def with a type entity class, right? So we have up here, we have like a type of gecko entity, we have a type of player entity. So we need to make sure we split up the quads, just like how this basically we need to mimic our quads from our player, because we split it up the same way. Each frame should be the correct corresponding frame, because 1 and 2 are the first walking down. And then, okay. Yeah, and then we don't have a falling for the NPC, but we'll give ourselves a, let's just call him Villager 1 for now. We'll give him an animation table, and we will set each of the animations. For right now, I'm just going to yank it from the player because we mimicked it off the player. So we should need all but the falling. And then we need to define our quads here. Walk down, walk up, idle up. Okay, that looks okay. So it looks like we don't necessarily give a position. Oh yeah, we do. We give a walk speed, a height, a width, and we should either initialize with a position with an X and Y, or we can just do that manually after we instantiate it. But it depends. I guess it depends if we want this guy to be in the same spot every time, or if we want him to be moving around. I'm not exactly sure yet. But let's say that he gets the same walk speed as our player. He's a width and height. And then let's just put him at 0, 0, I guess. So right now, this doesn't do anything. We have to make sure when we initialize him to go pull those fields from its defined fields. So if we have a Villager 1 here, we need to make sure we've got those quads from the new sprite. So we'll go find right here. We need a Villager walk, right? And Villager 1 walk. And we do it with the hyphens there so that we can control which direction they're facing and everything for the different idles and walk states. So we'll do this, and we'll say that it gets the Villager 1 Atlas PNG. And then we need a quad for Villager 1 walk. And we'll generate it from the texture that we just saved up there. Villager 1 hyphen walk. There we go. Okay. So now we should have a quad that we should be able to draw him at. So if we go to our entity defs, we'll make sure we give the texture to be that same Villager 1 texture. So there's got to be a better way. Yeah, I'm sure we can do this better. Let's okay. So we should have a player or a NPC entity defined but not instantiated. So there is a time. Let's see when we do this. I'm trying to think of where we instantiate our player. I think it's in our play state. Okay, so this is now. I'm not seeing where we're inheriting the entity class for our player. Maybe our player is different. Our player has its own player walk state and stuff, so it's actually not the entity. But I'm not seeing where we kind of tell it that it's of type entity. It's not a class, an entity class. Well, player here is our own player class. So this is different. Let's see how we do it with our geckos. I think we do this actually in our map declarations at the moment. I think we say, yeah, right here. We insert an entity type, and see, even this is different. We are pulling from the entity defs at the index gecko corrupted. So it does pull in from an entity def there, but there is another part I'm thinking of that we do it by doing we pass in def into the class instantiation, and then it kind of pulls it if it's defined. I'm not seeing where we did that though. Let's see for the .def. Really? Oh, it's not .def, it's just def, I think. That's gonna be a lot. Entity defs. Here. Oh, okay. That's just for the entity itself. Okay. That's what I was thinking of. So it looks like we can just... It looks like all we have to do is make an entity... Well, yeah, once we make an entity, its X position will get whatever its defined X and Y is. So if we pass in the entity def table, or like the key that we've defined, it should pull the X and Y from that definition. I don't think we're doing that anywhere though. Do we ever do an entity init passing in the actual def? I don't think we do. See, and this is one thing I haven't done much of in Lua, is like the entity is a class, but then we define the class inside a table curly brace here, instead of the traditional curly brace to like instantiate the class. So that's one thing I'm a little confused on. I want to see if there's any example of us pulling in an actual entity def as the argument to a class or to an entity instantiation. I'm just I don't know if we do that. Okay. Yeah, I don't know. I think it's pulling. So I think when we instantiate it here with the curly brace syntax, once we give it a value of x, that's what the init saves as its def.x, because we're defining it there in the instantiation. So our entity's instantiation.x becomes this x. So I think that's just all that's happening. So we would need to give ourselves, and I guess we can do this. Let's see if we do it. Uh-oh. We're missing an end here somewhere. Oh, it's not in our, it's in our entity defs. Okay, do we not close this properly? Yeah, blue screen of love for sure. At least we found it. It wasn't, it's like when it costs you more than like 3 minutes of scratching your head, that's when it gets a little frustrating. Okay, so when we load our guy here, we're not quite at the top left. So I'm kind of curious if we just want to try to get this entity rendering on screen of our NPC here. Let's just take a look at what our entity render looks like. See, this is jacked up. Like, I don't like that in our entity render class we're asking what type it is and draw a particle system if it's of type gecko. But I don't know how to do it better. We are, yeah, this is jacked up. Everything is duct taped together. Okay, so let's just try to instantiate our entity and just put them on the screen there. So what we'll do is come to our map and our entity character here. Yeah, let's not I guess we should put it wherever we put our player, and we put our player here. Let's just put villager 1 inside our play state, and it'll be of type entity. And we will define its animations to be equal to our defined animations. Oh, it's actually villager 1 like this, I believe. So if we pull up, and what we can do is... Yeah. Villager 1, yeah. Okay. So we need our walk speed to be set to our... Oh my goodness. Yeah, I need to just frickin' copy that. Walk speed. Okay. Okay. I think that's it. So we have a villager in our play state. And then we also have... We modify the state machine of our player. So we need to give our villager the play state for the entity walk state and entity idle state, which we can say dot villager 1 I think it's entity walk. I think it's like that. I don't remember the arguments, but we can double check that. And then... I'm trying to get better at touch typing, so I try not to ever look down. Which explains a lot. Okay. Let's take a look at what entity states we've got. I believe it's entity walk state, entity idle state, and it takes in what entity, and it takes in the scene. So where did I just go? Okay, so it takes in the entity, and then it takes in the scene. And then let's see what the idle state does. It takes in just the entity. Okay. So let's make sure they're called entity walk and entity idle. Yeah, entity walk and entity idle. Sweet. So, okay, so we have an entity named Villager 1, and it has 2 different states to it. But now we need to update that entity over time and render it. So where do we update our player? Yeah, my brain, man, this, I try to like limit myself to like a Game Boy game because I was like, I just need it to be not so complicated. But I'm out of my skill zone for sure. Trying to wrap my head around this stuff. Because it's like if we look at our self.player, we're not even updating it here. What we're doing is we're not doing it. Our player exists. Man, how are we even doing it? We defer it to the state machine, don't we? Like to update over time. So here's our update function. There's all our loot stuff, which we should probably take out of our play state. That should probably exist in its own little module. Yeah, this is all the loot stuff still. Yeah, we need to close that up. And then same with all of our spellcasting mana stuff, so that should be out of our play state too. See, this is all we're doing is we're updating the scene view. So when we update the scene view, yeah. Okay, let's see. So, okay, see, this is weird. Now we pass in our player to our scene view, but we don't pass in our geckos, but yet we're able to update our geckos and render them. And that's because they exist in their own table of entities, which we need to insert our NPC into that table. So if we look at every map has got a table of entities, and then we define those entities here, .geckos. Where do we do it? Come on, man. Okay, so look, we insert into the entity table. Okay, so this is what we would need to do. We would need to put our player, instead of just instantiating the enemy, we need to table.insert that instantiation into the .entities table for whatever map we're trying to put him in. Because there's at some point in time where we're looping through the entities table and doing an update. Nope. How are we doing it? Is it in our map? We should have a .entities somewhere. We do have an entity count. Where are we doing the update for the gecko entities? Oh, lordy. Okay. We do right here. Okay, so we update every entity in our .entities for our map. In our map update. Yeah, I am not sure about the structure of this. flying by the seat of my pants here, but it looks like all we should have to do is plop in our NPC into the .entities table for the map we're currently on. And then if it's in the map, we not only update it, but we should also render the entity that's in there. And what's up, Leva? Good to see you. Yeah, we should have a render for all the entities. Right here. We loop through all the entities. If they're not off screen, go ahead and render them. So let's go back to our play state, and instead of putting... Yeah, I kind of want to say that we would just do this outside. Yeah, Jimmy. So Jimmy laid an egg yesterday. So that's why the past couple days she's been burrowing, is because she just goes in egg season and just needs to... It's like the only time she's on the floor. She's almost always up on her tree like that, unless she's laying an egg. Which I did not know they did. I knew geckos laid eggs, but I didn't know geckos laid eggs without the other gecko, you know? So, that was a surprise. Yeah, I think instead of doing our villager one as an entity here, I think not a self.villager one, but we want to do like we did with the other one. We can do a table.insert into our map. Now we need to check which map this is that we're trying to place them at. I think it's 7.3. Oh, gotcha. Okay. Yeah, we screwed up the state machine. I think what we need to do... Okay. I think what we need to do is we need to go to our play state. We need to take our villager 1 logic. We will take the state machine and the entity, and we'll just plop it into map declarations. And then we'll do it here, where this is where we're doing all our geckos anyway. So we'll say, if we look at where we do the geckos, we do them like this, where we say table.insert map at whatever map location .entities, and then give it the entity instantiation. So we will do something similar. We will say map at whatever .entities, and then give it the entity. Then, why is this mad at us? There we go. I'm going to comment this out so I can actually see what map we're trying to place him in. Seven 4. So let's put it in at 7.4. Okay. Okay. So we go into our 7.4. We give it the entity instantiation, which has all the animations and whatever. So one thing we are missing is the actual entity change. So this is not villager.1. It would actually be... Oh gosh, how would we do that? Because right here we're going through and changing all those entities to be false. I guess we could manipulate the last one, because as we table.insert it, I believe table.insert goes to the end, but actually now I don't know. Let me check. I don't know if that goes to the end or the beginning of the table. insert, what? Push? Dude, okay. Push means it goes to the front, and pop means it comes out the back, right? Push back. Okay, so it does not insert into the back. So we should just be able to say, well, when do we give, you know what, we can do this, because we want every entity to have the two walk states, or the two states, but then we only want to change, what loop are we in here? Are we in a loop? Yeah, for all of our entities, go ahead and insert. Man, this is jacked up. Okay, so like we did it. Yeah, okay, so this is the loop we're in. We don't want to be in this loop. This is like to give us 4 different geckos. So we will put this outside of this loop. Wow, yeah, and then that's jacked up because we don't want this stuff in there either. Okay, so those should be our geckos, and then those are our anim spitters. So we're gonna go ahead and insert. Hey, what up, Soup? How's it going, dude? Hey, we can meet up whenever. I know I'm trying to wrap up, trying to finish. Hopefully we get the red guy on screen here. Other than us, but we'll see. I don't know. This is like, it is starting to get really messy because it's like, yeah, it's starting to get real messy. But, you know, I don't know the shortcomings of the system unless I try to expand it and then see how it fails, right? And then we can reassess and rebuild. Okay, so and this is wrong. We want to see, I think we want to go to the index 1 because that'll be the one we just table.inserted because it pushes it to the front. So we should be able to say, okay, our new entity here gets these 2 different state machines, and then the new entity also gets a change to an entity idle. Okay. 232. What did it say? Expected to close a parentheses, so we missed a parentheses somewhere. I'm not seeing it. State machine, did we do the state machine screw up? We do an index.state machine. Oh, it needs this right here. Process AI is a nil value on state machine 64. Okay, so we might have screwed this up. So if we don't try to change the state, does it mess up? It does. Okay, entity 231, state machine is a nil value. State machine's a nil value. This is weird. So if we don't insert our new guy, does it still crash there? Oh, no, it doesn't. Okay. So something about putting in the new guy here is preventing the, what was it? The state machine, nil value. Yeah, because we should be able to say, yeah, because an entity needs a state in order to render and update. So if we don't set the state machine for that entity, it doesn't know what to do. But when we include it, it still doesn't know. Oh, now it doesn't know the process AI. So state machine 64, it doesn't know the process AI. Why would that be the case? Entity walk state, entity idle. So entity walk state and entity idle should have the process AI. So where are we doing the process AI for our geckos, and how are we doing that? It just does it. I think if we go into our .entities, process AI, let's take a look. We don't do it anywhere. What the heck? It's in the state machine. Yeah, so entity walk state, process AI. Oh. Why does it? Oh, okay. Never mind. Okay, so we're doing something with our geckos that we're not doing with our new guy, which is we need to. Well, no, I don't know, because we're running. This process AI gets ran in the update. Yeah, just here in the update. But how are we? Yeah, we're not doing anything with these params here. We don't do anything with these params. So why are we crashing? Let's take a look at when we do our geckos and see if we're doing anything with the process AI. Because it looks like we should have, oh, right here. Oh, see, this is, okay, we do pass in the params as a scene, but I don't think we're actually doing anything with that. But basically, we need to, okay, yeah, this is getting crazy, because it's just so hard to wrap your head around all the different states of the complex program, you know? But we are going through. Oh, we're cycling through. Okay, maybe this is it. The entity count here. Where are we setting this entity count? Because if that is short, then we're not giving ourselves a process AI function. Okay, well, that should be right then, because we should have as many entities are in there by the time we instantiate our map, and we're doing it. Gosh, the order of all this stuff is just like really daunting too. We've got to be doing something to our geckos that we're not doing with our new player, because otherwise we'd be able to just spit them out. So right here we have a loop where we're inserting into our .entities table all the gecko instantiations, and we do give an AI path. I don't know if that's... AI path is only used if it's of type gecko, so I don't think that matters. We might need a direction, actually. It's this part I'm feeling like it might be messing up. Like, once we insert into our entities table, we give our player or our NPC entity these two states, and then we change its state to be the idle. That should be right as long as the table.insert is really pushing. Process AI. Why is it failing on the process AI? State machine. So like it's attempting to call process AI, which doesn't exist. So where are we messing this up? Where can't we do table.insert? Can we insert it into the last position by giving it this one? Or how? There was a thing I just saw on the Love forum or whatever. Push front? Oh. Okay. I'm getting, you know what? I don't know what languages I'm getting screwed up, but does push mean into the front or push to the end? I am so confused about that. Okay, so if the second argument is 1, it should go to the front. So maybe that's what's happening, is we're pushing it to the back, and then we're supposed to be... I know, that. See, that's what's confusing me, because it's like I had learned it, I think, in Python first, and then in JavaScript, I think they flip it on its head. So I got really confused, and now I still haven't resolved it in my brain. Okay, so let's say that this actually adds it to the end. Then what we could do is say, if we want, we could just say comma 1 there, so it goes to the front. Gosh, I don't know. And then now indexing 1 hopefully gives us that state, which has wrong number of arguments to insert. Okay. The example this one is wrong. Still doesn't like the process AI. So I guess maybe we can check. Oh God. Yeah, this is jacked up. Process AI is jacked. So in the entity class, we've got this process AI. So what's the difference here in our play state when we do this process AI stuff? Where is it? Okay, so there's our definition of process AI in our entity class. And then in our map, we're cycling through all of our entities and going ahead, and what are we actually doing here? We're running the process AI function for each of our entities. So if we were to just turn off the process AI and not run it, we don't crash. But I'm not seeing our player, our NPC rendering. Okay. So our map. Now I'm worried I hard coded in some sort of entity limit or something that might be limiting how many entities we can put. But I guess we can test that by trying to put more geckos and seeing if it'll allow us to do that. Where are our geckos? So here, like if we wanted 8 geckos instead, let's see if that works. Well, process AI is jacked. I forgot. So let's go, let's turn off this stuff for now. Okay, yeah, so we can't have more than, so we're not doing like an entity limit or anything. We're able to have as many as we want. Let's test that theory. Ready for 800 geckos. Holy shit. Pack you fiends. Oh my god. They killed me. They killed me. I have no hearts. Okay, that woke me up a bit. What are we doing wrong? So like, let's just walk through how we're doing the gecko entities. We just table.insert into the map. As long as we did it at 7.3, right? We put them in the map, and then we go and make sure we give each of our entities. Okay, so maybe we'll do the insert here. Because we go ahead and loop through all the entities. Ah, shit, this is backed up. Yeah, we don't want to do that. I'm just gonna see if putting our... This should give us 4 villagers, though. We don't want that. And then we cycle through. Oh, this is only the amount of entities that we've got here. Well, let's just see. If we try to put in a villager here. Oh my gosh. Okay, this is on the wrong. Well, shit. Okay, let's try to put them on 7.3, and then we'll load us in at 7.3. Now we should be giving each of our entities in 7.3 the state machine, and then changing them all to be an entity idle state. So let's see there, and then we can go change our spawn to be 7.3 instead of 7.4. Still, okay. We're doing something wrong with our player entity. Index entity 231 index state machine. Entity 231? Okay. Change state. Gosh. I don't know. It's fine if we don't put our player or our NPC. Why? If we just try to give us an entity, does it allow us just to give the entity? It does. It's just that when we try to set the state machine for that entity, let's see. this is at 7.4. Hold on one sec. Let me see. Oh shit. We had a 7.4 and then a 7.3, which might be why some of that was not so right. Let's see. 7.3, 7.3, and let's do 7.3 here. Index global self. Where are we indexing the self? Oh, self scene. Okay, yeah, this should be... Oh, shit. No, we're able to put in... Oh, entity walk state. Oh, it just takes in which entity it is. Okay, so no scene. Just which entity it is, which we don't have... Yeah, how are we doing that for the geckos here? We should be... Well, the entity we give it is the entity that we inserted right there. So we say at index whatever. So that is a little weird. Maybe we would just do the entity 1 here. I'm still not entirely convinced that table.insert goes to the front. We can test it. 7.3, and then dot entities, index 1. Okay, and then same thing for this one. So we can do this. That was not what I wanted. Map 7.3. Okay. State machine a nil value. We gotta be doing this wrong. Okay, let's say... Let's try to just say entities 5, because there should be 4 gecko entities, and this would be the 5th. So let's just try to hard code it and see if it still crashes. Oh, there's our guy. There's our guy. Okay, so insert does go to the end. This is awful. I hate... We have to figure out a better way to do this, but if we can just get him in there, then we can worry about doing it better. Let's see... I know, I always say that, and then I never go and make it better. I just, like, once it works, I'm like, alright, we're moving on. Okay, so what we want to do is get the length of this table, save it in a local villager index variable, and then we can go ahead and put that villager index as the 5 in here. So we can say villager index, and then this one too. You know, yeah, my whole thing is like, hey, if it's working, it's good enough. You know, but then again, just because it works once. Oh, did you see him turn? He turned into a gecko, or he turned into a walk state, and he walked right off screen. So I think if we go to the entity defs and change it, change his X position to be like the center of the screen, I think we might be able to see him get a little bit of a something. Virtual width divided by 2. Look at our guy. Look at our guy. Oh! He walks fast. He walks fast. Okay, so he's in there. He's in there. He's rendering. He's got the ability to use his own AI, but we don't have that in the entity class. You know, we could pass in. See, and I don't like. We can say like, type gets villager, and then in our entity class, we can say just like how we're. Oh, it's actually in our entity walk state. In our process AI, right here, I was just there. Process AI. If entity type is gecko, then go do that stuff. But then we can say if the entity type. Well, see, and that's what I don't get too. Like the why is he walking? He's not walking because of the process AI. He's walking because of the dot direction and that he's in a walk state. So I think there's a certain amount of time. See, I think there's a certain amount of time that we trigger, because the entity class, not the player, they're triggered movements by their dot direction. So we let's see, we change animation to walk upon win. I guess it depends in the idle. We change it to walk at a wait timer. Yeah, okay, so that's why he walks, is because in the walk state init, he gets a direction, and the entities, if they have a direction, they walk that speed. So, well, we need to slow him down first of all, and then we can say, if type villager, every 2 seconds change your direction, and then the dot direction would hopefully change the animation like this, but we also need to give it the walk speed that is more appropriate. Walk speed, let's say, I don't know why he seems so much faster than, what? Entity defs to close near animations. What did we mess up? Yo, we didn't change anything over here, right? Okay. So let's say that the walk speed here is slower. So the only thing that's making him move is his dot direction and that he's in a walk state. Oh my gosh, he's so cool. Okay. Cool, cool, cool. He is walking. So let's do a little bit of something here in the let's go to the entity class, and we'll say once he's in a walk state, you know, if he's if he is a self type of villager, and this is what I want to factor out. I don't want to have to ask if it's a villager or if it's a gecko. I want it, I don't know, but we want, like, let's say we have a this is in the entity class, not in the walk state. So I think we need this in the walk state. Okay. So here, where is the update? No. Okay. Okay. I guess it is just in our entity class. Okay. Oh lordy. Yep, this is gonna get crazy messy, because look, the update for the entity is just like wild. Gecko particle system. See, because at this moment, like the player, when we instantiate this NPC, he's got a particle system for a gecko logic just sitting in there, like seeing if he's a type gecko or not, and if so, move your own particle system, which we don't have one. We'd crash if this ever gets whatever. So I do think we need to change a lot of this around, but I really don't know the proper way to do it. So we're gonna say if type.villager, let's just say Let's go to our init up here and give like a AI path, AI walk speed. What is this AI path we did? What? AI path is defined, just as a 1 or 2. Oh, okay. Okay. So that's not what I thought it was. I think we'll be able to, like, let's just say we give ourselves villager walk direction change. And it is 0. But in our self.type villager right there, if or we want to say if we're type villager, then our self.villager walk direction change gets updated by delta time, which we should have access to. And then I want to say that this is in the delta. Yeah, we have delta time. Okay. So we're going to say go ahead and increment that walk direction change. Now this is going to be like how many seconds until he changes direction? Sorry, we crashed. My bad. I mean, internet's bad. So we're going to say if our village direction change is greater than 1 second, then we're going to change our direction. So for now, let's just say self.direction gets right, and see if it changes him after 1 second. So he should get changed to right after 1 second, and then at which point we'll need to flush our direction change. Let's see. So he's there, he walks left, and then he continues to walk left. Now, one thing is, like, this entity is getting updated whether or not he's in a walk state, so I'm kind of thinking this direction right might have gotten overwritten. It got changed to right, but as he was in an idle still? I don't know. Shit. This is in the update for the entity. So yeah, this should be in the process AI, which is in the state machine for walking. So let's try that and say in the entity walk state, yeah, before we change the animation, we'd want to check. We're not doing anything. Man, this is confusing. Let's try this. Let's just see. Oh, we don't have this. Yeah, this. We need a not self.direction, because this is in. It would be. Oh crap. Yeah, this would be self.entity, I think. Self.entity, okay. And then this field here needs to be reset out of our entity, I believe. Villager walk direction change. Yeah, let's take that out. And we'll put that in our walk state for our entity. So I actually kind of want to put it in the entity itself, but I'm not sure. Villager walk direction change gets 0, and then we'll say this should be self.entity type, because the self.entity is the entity that's currently walking, so then same thing. Well, actually, that one is fine. And then self dot entity direction. Okay. All right. Yeah, we're not getting them to change directions. We'll have to figure out how to do this. We'll have to figure out the real way to handle our entities, our gecko entities or our NPC entities, because they do different stuff. I kind of feel like the gecko, it's nice because the entity class was handling automatic walking based on your direction, right? So it could be maybe we would have like an enemy entities class that is like a standard enemy thing that it randomizes their direction or it has that path finding behavior going towards the player or something. But for our other stuff like our NPC, we would have to make our own entity, I think, so that and the other nice thing that our current entity system's giving us is the animations and stuff. It gives us, it makes the animation tables and inserts that based on the entity defs. So that's kind of cool. But yeah, we'll dig around. This is not the right way to do it. So I think I'm going to take out this villager direction change and stuff out of the commit. And then we'll try to figure out the better way to do it tomorrow here. But do we have any more of that weird direction stuff? No? Okay. Let's make sure our game doesn't crash. We've got our guy. He only goes into one direction. He only walks left. Is that because in our entity idle state we say walk? What? Oh, we give it a manual direction right here, but then I think in our map declarations we're giving it a left. Yeah, we're giving it a left here. So let's see if we do it down here. Yeah, he's facing down. Okay. Now his direction shouldn't. Wow. Okay. Hey, that looks so cool. Let's see up. That's awesome. Nice. I love it. Might as well. So yeah, we would want to change this direction based on a random time, just to get him to walk in a circle, right? Or I want him to take a step, stop. Take a step in a new direction, stop. Take a step in a new direction, stop. So we'll get that working tomorrow. I am kind of curious, if we don't give it a direction, does it randomize a direction? It looks like they get set down. Okay. Yeah. We defaulted entities to face downwards just so that you would see their face. Okay. Well, we'll try to get that working better tomorrow, but we'll take a look at all the stuff we touched. We made a couple fixes to our tiled map. We added the profiles to our new villager entity, and we got them working in the game, so that's cool. We'll do a get diff here so we can see. Yeah, we gave ourselves an entity for the villager. We gave them the state machine. We changed their state machine. We took off our particle rendering, and then we added the new quad and the new texture for our NPC villager. And then we gave some entity defs for that villager, and then we instantiate it. We take off our base notes update, and we put us on the same page as our geckos and our other entity here. So we will commit with a message saying that we added complete Villager 1 Atlas and inserted entity into map. Sweet. Hey, nice. Yeah. Hey, I'm glad we got some stuff done. I'm glad. I think Quellis's raid gave me a little extra fire, you know, to get something done. So, thanks for the raid, Quellis. I know you're probably gone, but thank you for the raid. I appreciate it. Thanks for everyone for watching. I'll be back tomorrow. We'll try to get some more of this entity stuff figured out so that we can have potentially other... Hey, Quellis is still here. We're going to try to make a wizard entity too, and that's going to be our sort of mentor for the game. So that'll be coming up down the pipeline, and then we'll need to do a dialogue system. Camera is autofocused all off, but the dialogue system is going to be really tough, but I'm excited for that because that should be fun. But we'll see if we have any homies programming right now. Let's see. Let me see if Hypnotic Games is building some stuff. Oh, he's on ads right now. Let's see. I always like raiding out to people. As long as they're building games, I like raiding them, you know? I don't know who this is, but maybe we'll give him a raid. There's this Griffin Blade. Seems like he's doing some cool stuff. So we'll raid out to Griffin Blade. Be sure to say what's up to him, and I hope you all have a good night. And I'll be here tomorrow. But thanks for watching, everybody. I appreciate it. Hope everyone has a good night.